Welcome to the Joseph Vivaldi Network. This is the vehicle of expression woven into words. It is the Slow-Mo Joe Timeless Poetry Show. I'm Slow-Mo Joe, representing the Joseph Vivaldi of the Joseph Vivaldi Network, and
I'm Twilight Cricket, representing the Olkanos Network and the writings of Richard Andrew Olkus.
And tonight we read some poetry and some muse. And some poetry that I'm going to get together right this minute.
Dig it, dig it.
So, you have some good poetry to read?
Well, I mean, as far as all that's concerned, I was told to check out some influences. So we're going back into the poetic ancestry, as it were. We're going to check out some William Blake, some Wilfred Owen, maybe some other stuff too, if time permits.
Sounds good to me.
Dig it.
I think I'll read some selections that pop up to me, and I'll see what goes on from there. And I think I've found one right now.
Alright, lay it on us.
Okay, here we go. The Deceiving Truth. Into a state of paranoia, everything that is felt or will approach hits the mind. In an unclear state, I try to regain my strength. However, the forces are tough, and they keep pulling me in for more. They have the power to make your world and squash it within 1 minute. If happiness lurks, then they tease you with it and make you feel emptiness. If you are searching for the one, then it can be tough and painful, but worth it in the end. Watchers should be aware. This misery will happen to you. Love with the one is real, but the imitation will fool and even hurt you. It has to me, and I am trying to recuperate from it. Beware of this fate before it hurts you.
Oh, wow, that's good.
I wrote that a long time ago, even though it doesn't apply to me now, but, you know, one thing about love, it has that kind of effect. Not that it has an effect on me now, but it did in the past, and that poem just popped up, and when poems pop up, you just gotta go with the flow and read it.
Yeah, it's an expression of poetic vitality. Got some vibe in there that was worth it, absolutely. Dig it.
You got something, or?
Yeah, I got something. So yeah, man, there are plenty of poems in Blake, and the natural inclination is to go straight to Tiger, but you know, that's the one almost everyone's heard, but this one is another one that I dig because of how simple it is and all the images that are in it. But this is The Sick Rose by the great master William Blake. O Rose, thou art sick, the invisible worm that flies in the night, in the howling storm, has found out thy bed of crimson joy, and his dark secret love does thy life destroy. Short and sweet, but powerful.
Wow.
That's Blake. Blake is a wower.
Wow. I was waiting for the punchline and sinker, and he gave the punchline and sinker without even thinking about it.
Blake drops the hammer on you so quick that it's difficult to even understand sometimes. I mean, to say he's not a profound iceberg of an influence on me is, it's ridiculous. I mean, as soon as I found out about this dude, I was like, wow. And he's another one of these guys who, in his lifetime, died a nobody.
Wow.
They found him later, and now he's adored. I mean,
Wow.
The beatniks were hysterical, like raving about him,
Yeah, I dig that.
Yep.
I'm gonna pause it for a second. I got another poem by another great. He was a source of inspiration to me growing up in my younger years, and I'm gonna read him right now. It is E. Cummings. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I'm never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful, you are my world, my true. And it's true, and it's you, or whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of the sky, of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope, or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that keeps the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart. That was E. Cummings, and he had a good vibe of creating the structure as it goes.
Dig it.
Okay, I'm gonna read another one by an old-time great in poetry. He was from the 1800s, and many know him by his poem The Raven and many more. And Annabel Lee, Edgar Allen Poe.
Right on.
And I'm gonna read Edgar Allan Poe's poem, The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more." Ah, distinctly. I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had tried to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost L'Amour, for the rare, irradiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. The thing about Edgar Allan Poe is he discussed a lot about tragedy.
He had a lot of it.
Yes.
He had a lot of it. Yeah, his name was Edgar Poe. I mean, to my understanding, Allen was the name that his mom married into. His mom married some guy, and he was a military man, and it was revolting to Poe because obviously he's Poe. What sort of military could he possibly want to go to? He's the great poet. You know, very rarely do you have an example of that sort of thing. Although, you know, I think of poets like Wilfred Owen and Tolkien wrote poetry, and Lewis, all out of that horrible war, but I don't know. Poe knew all sorts of terrible things. What was it? The death of a young wife. He was despised. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I'll take my turn. Slow Mo Joe. I'm gonna read a Poe. This is a poem of Edgar Poe's, my favorite, really, since I was young. Like, I dig The Raven. I ain't saying I don't. It's pretty, but this one, for some reason, always stuck in my mind. This is Annabel Lee by the master Edgar Poe. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived, whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to be loved and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee. With a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that, long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul, from the soul, of the beautiful